is, oh, it's Space Station. It has to be. They've been playing so well. They're like the best team right now. But then, you know, the whole don't sleep on the Peeps thing, and they beat G2, and AJ's flip resetting right off the bat. So, you know, there's a long series, and I don't know if that really benefits the Peeps, but there's a lot of things going for the Peeps right now, and you really can't 100% pin it down if you think they're going to win or not.
Well, let's let the game do the talking. Well, we're going to talk about the game, but certainly not going to make a prediction because the Peeps, well, they have a reputation to uphold, and that is their job, is Gyro. He's able to find AJ in space, something the Peeps did really well. Punishing G2 on was cutting off a lot of their pass attempts, not allowing them to play that speedy, tight rotation in the attacking third that they like to play so much. It's been an impressive showing from the Peeps, but you got to do it again, and in longer form as well in this best of 7.
And I think the longer this game stays close, the more that benefits the Peeps because it keeps their morale high, keeps their hopes high. I think they know how good, I mean, they obviously know how good Space Station is. And they know that they're probably not the favorites going into this, but with the way the Peeps are, with the storied history that this team name has, they can beat anyone in the world. And I think the longer it stays close, the better off it'll be for the Peeps. And they have an open net here. Nobody's back for Space Station.
No. Well, a rotation breaks down. I was so focused on that side. 2 players bump into each other. I don't even think that matters. Nobody is home.
It's very rare, Jorby, that you see all 3 of the opposition in the other side, while the other 3, or the defenders, are nowhere are nowhere to be seen.
You're on the wrong team. Not how I expected this semifinal to start, but you know, the last semifinal wasn't what I expected either. So who knows? Maybe North America saved all of their surprises for today. And here come the Peeps. Oh, Illusion. He got in front. It may have actually given him another chance. I wasn't sure if Space Station were going to get back to that ball or not. But the Peeps stealing the ball away from Space Station, but 2 demos from Arsenal. And Illusion has the ball, so never mind.
Peeps have come out gunning. They've been very creative, especially with the air dribbles from AJ. I mean, we know how good AJ is and the weapon that he can be on offense, but he's very dangerous right off the rip here. SSG need to get a hold of him.
Ooh, and they have to be careful. A double commit in front of the box. The Space Station rocky to start game 1. They've been sitting for a little bit, but you definitely expect a little more polish out of the gate. Still Illusion right on top of Stipical. Reddles in a tight rotation, and Stipical rotates back in for him, but Reddles had to dodge 2 defenders on the wall and had to get it over them. Stipical grabs it anyway, and we're just carrying the ball as Space Station, as every option is covered from the angle that they're taking, and maybe they can win a challenge like that and get a team player 2 set up. But credit to the Peeps on defense, Corelli. No, they do not bite.
This little sequence here is so interesting because you can see how much respect there is for the air dribble, the flip reset, and the musty flick all at the same time. As every player that has taken a ball up into the air dribble just presents so many options and such a hard puzzle for a defender to solve. And that's why you're seeing so many fakes come out as a shot comes through. That one's on the goal line, saved away from Arsenal. And the Peeps that close to doubling their lead.
Illusion quick on the ball, had to force Reddles up to make the save. Typical wins a clean touch in midfield. Double is knocked away by Gyro. Reddles, he wants a quick counter. Reddles again, 2 touches, but Illusion gently carries it back down to the corner. It's difficult. Now it doesn't ramp back up for Space Station. They're gonna have to find a new look for Reddles and Arsenal, trying to find a way through the Peeps defense, proving stalwart so far.
Coming up on a minute left though. And Space Station are doing that thing where they kind of just throw the ball at the net, and eventually the defense cracks, as you're seeing it right there. A couple holes in the defense. That could be it. Typical puts it away to tie it up for Space Station Gaming.
And a couple of hard rebounds, really going to make Gyro think. He had turned onto that ball. AJ knocks it away. He tried to get reset, but none of those touches were into space. They were all low grounders in front, poor clears. And as good as it was for the Peeps, Space Station do crack through. but some time left for a goal in regulation maybe. Illusion is looking solid right now. Another great quality touch from him. They don't get anywhere, but you like how he's looking. Gyro setting up a challenge for Illusion, who has a look off the rebound. Gyro trying to take the boost away from Arsenal on his way back. He finds Reddles to move back down the field. Now all of the Peeps racing back. AJ gets a favorable bounce off the ramp, and Illusion will carry it back. I thought Spacestation had the quick counter. Corelli, maybe they still do. Typical, keeps it close. Double, no, he can't get the dunk off the flip reset. Now Arsenal keep the pressure up. Reynolds following close behind, but there's no gap against the Peeps. Arsenal still trying to poke a hole through. AJ knocks it straight down. Maybe Reynolds grabs it. Nope. Overtime.
Man, oh man, you are seeing some solo plays come out from each of these players. This is a very entertaining game, and it's going to be a very entertaining series to watch just because of the players, but as soon as we talk about it, Difficult puts it away off the kickoff for Space Station Gaming.
Space Station, the reset, I was wondering, it could have been the worst thing that happened to the Peeps. And Arsenal, something that I don't know we give credit to Arsenal enough for, is his finesse. Because when you think of Arsenal, Corelli, do you think of the word finesse? You probably think something akin to virtuoso over in Europe, but, you know, that was finesse. Just squaring off on the ball, getting a light tap, preventing a challenge, preventing any other angle, and just giving a beauty to Sipical. I mean, that was impressive.
Yeah, and I think for the Peeps, that one's going to hurt a little bit because you get into overtime, and it's always a shame to give up a goal immediately off the kickoff there. But the Peeps had quite a bit of chances and a few on the goal line that they couldn't get the drop. That was a close save right there from Arsenal in the replay. And I mean, that was kind of the difference maker here. I mean, it might not have been an overtime if the Peeps had put away a couple more of their chances. But I do hope that the Peeps don't hold their heads low after this first game. I thought it was a great effort here against Space Station. And if they can keep this type of gameplay throughout the series, I mean, it could go either way.
It's certainly a lot closer than I may have expected. Not a lot closer. That makes it sound like I thought Space Station were going to destroy the Peeps. Did not. However, I did expect them to put a lot of pressure on them, a lot of shots, and I think Space Station have really heated up. I thought the first half of that game was poor, but since then, looking a lot smoother for Space Station. Peeps haven't really slowed down, but they're certainly going to have to get creative against Space Station to get some consistent chances on offense. Nothing quite developing yet, but a challenge leaks by Arsenal, and Illusion, well, not the types of goals I expected in this semifinal, but...
What a challenge.
What?
From Illusion. Just off the hood of Reddles and straight through it. And that was a tough one for Reddles. He had to bring that one down to the ground if he didn't want that to happen. I think he was maybe trying to pick it up and into a flick or at least to a dribble. But instead, Illusion, I guess he just didn't expect Illusion to come through and throw his body at it. And he earns the goal for it.
High ball here for Sipical. Things have certainly slowed down. If they have sped up much, it's actually been a slower series or slower start. But Illusion will have a carry. He has looked solid overall. I don't think I've seen anything harmful really be done by him. He's made a lot of solid touches today. Gyro can't find anything there. And a demo in front from Sipical. Arsenal does a dunk himself. Gives it right back.
Right over Illusion as well, or right through Illusion rather, as he took the high ground on him. And Illusion got to the ball first, which means it comes right off of Arsenal and into the back of the net. Nobody home for the Peeps, of course. Nobody would have expected that. And we're tie ball game.
Only dunk goals from now on. This is the only way you can score. So it is written. Here, Arsenal will catch the ball off the corner for Space Station and try to get another push going. Reddles is forced up, screening across the backboard, and we're just playing givesies backsies as one player tries to carry it, loses it, and then vice versa. But Reddles finds a clean touch, and it's off the backboard and a beautiful own goal.
He's nuts.
Absolutely incredible. Spamming the great pass in chat.
I honestly got to give him credit for this. This is a tough read, and he nails it, unfortunately on the wrong net. And for Space Station, they'll be happy to see that one go through. I think it would have been pretty dangerous either way. If Gyro doesn't make the touch there, oncoming Space Station players would have had a good crack at it. But either way, it goes in off of Gyro. An unfortunate play. He was trying to get the read. All right.
I'm revising my rule. It's not just only dunks now. Only dunks and own goals. I'll take both of those. Let's see how chaotic it can really get. But Aleutian finds a solid touch to Gyro, and we're right back on track for the Peeps. Certainly not how you wanna be playing, or not the touches you want to be making if you're Gyro, but you have to shake off the sweat there and go again. They've been trying to get by this corner, but Space Station just haven't really given the Peeps anything solid to look at, Corelli. Even right there, there's no gap. They clamp down onto each other. They make it impossible to find a read.
Yeah, the difference here in this game is that the Peeps aren't having a lot of individual solo play, but here's a second shot from Gyro, and the demo from AJ opens up the bounce shot to go through. We're tied up.
Maybe the pressure building just for an explosion as Arsenal takes AJ off the pitch. And another tie game starting to heat up. The plays are being found. Will it be a telling of things to come for the rest of the match? Well, time will tell as Typical starts in midfield. A nice little carry. He just seems to float in the air and the ball attached like a magnet. Arsenal bullies Gyro off the ball, but Gyro's still in front, trying to get the bump onto Typical, and a miss from AJ will give Typical a chance. Picks his side save from Illusion.
Tough situation when you're staring down Typical with the ball on top of his hood. Illusion stood tall there. Great way to slow down that block, or get the block on the ball and slow down the offense. Peeps, their chances are coming far and few between right now. Illusion trying to carry this one, looking for the flip reset. Does get it all the way across the field, and the respect came out from the defense sitting on their goal line.
It can be so deceiving, especially when you're coming at a flip reset laterally like that. Hang on a second, the Peeps looking for the lead. Illusion does it! He has been solid! He gets 2 goals in this game for the Peeps.
How did he slip this by Arsenal? Oh, he didn't lean back far enough, and there was just enough space for Illusion to slip it over the top in between him and the crossbar. And the Peeps take the lead here.
Well, the Peeps with a booming clear. Thought Gyro would have a look downfield. Instead, it was knocked away. But the Peeps have certainly started to really get their, I was going to say feet wet in this series, but just doesn't make sense with cars in the field. Get their wheels really oiled, grease, and they're sliding around the pitch right now. Yeah, grease. Sure.
There you go. Fair enough.
It's only game 2, but it's starting to get a little clearer as we move down the pitch. Less than a minute left. Space Station.
It's still a tight game, though, here, Jorby. Even with what we've seen from Space Station and them trying to hang on to this series lead, I mean, the Peeps are hanging in there. And for those that maybe voted against Peeps, they're really seeing what this team has to offer, even after their victory over G2 and coming into this series. This is not just a pushover win for Space Station. The Peeps definitely are up to snuff here against this Space Station team. Can they hang on? Look at the passing play from Space Station.
Illusion last to keep first, as Arsenal picks the ball up. He's had the space. AJ knocks it away. Illusion was waiting, but the ball stays on his half after a diving stop in midfield. Reynolds picks this up. Space Station heating up real quick. Typical's in the air. Gyro, patient, has the clear, but Arsenal grabs the ball. The bounce for Arsenal back to Reynolds. That's not on the ground. Typical picks it back up. The shot. Oh, it's saved. The Peeps. The ball doesn't touch the ground again. Arsenal, that may do it. Yes. Oh,
wow.
Oh, I thought Space Station were really about to steal the game, but nope. The Peeps tie the set up real quick, Corelli. Here we go.
And I think the expectation going forward is these close games, and the Peeps able to hang on this time. And there were some fantastic plays for the Peeps. I was talking about how they weren't getting a lot of opportunity in the first half of the game, but it felt like near the second half, they really got the Space Station number, controlled a lot more of that midfield, and then started executing on a lot more of those dangerous attacks, the back wall, the passing play. I thought the Peeps played phenomenal here in this game, even though it was a very close, grindy type of game, and even with an own goal from Gyro.
It really was I think grind is a perfect way to describe that game, just because it felt like a whole lot of nothing. And there was a lot of setup going on the pitch, but then the challenge would never be where everyone else was kind of expecting the flow of the play to go, and the ball would just kind of die. And then you have a lot of high touches. It was an interesting first half to that game, but then the flow really started to be found by both squads. Game 3 is about to get underway. The Peeps on a hot streak. Space Station, they were on a 13-game winning streak after that game 1 win, 13 individual games. So the Peeps have broken that streak. Now, Space Station are also on a 12-match winning streak. So, for the Peeps, there's a lot that you're fighting against here. Space Station have been as dominant as everybody has hyped them up to be. But the Peeps, they stop one streak, Corelli, on the road to stop another.
Yep. The thing about stats is they're all on paper, and none of them are here on the field. And right now, the Peeps are definitely dancing with Space Station right now.
Another high ball for Illusion. Reddles also high, slow, clear. Arsenal tried to keep this closer. Gyro, he was forced back, and Arsenal does a great job scooping that ball out. Set up for Typical. Low ball taken away by AJ.
You can see the congestion in the box as well. A lot of sweeping demos coming through from Space Station, trying to get a piece of anyone. The pot shot comes out from Illusion, easily saved away. There's a demo from Reddles. It'll stop Illusion in the corner.
Another nice carry here from Arsenal. His control has been good in this set, excuse me. And just in this past minute, he shoveled Space Station out of a couple of scrums in the corner. Oh, Gyro tried the fake against Arsenal. It had worked, but not enough. He was still able to get a piece. Reddles pole vaults off the ceiling, and Arsenal can't find any kind of gumption. Gyro takes it, flip, reset. Oh, double tap denied. Reddles with the save. The Peeps denied a goal.
Man, that would have been a clanger from Gyro if he got the flip reset, double tap. Peeps still trying to keep the attack alive here. And that's a big miss from Reynolds. Illusion's there to put it away, and Peeps take the lead.
An uncharacteristic gaff from Reynolds on the back wall. He tried to launch from the ramp. It was actually tough. He tried to get up there pretty quickly after that lost challenge, taking a second look at it. But still, Reynolds is the type of player where he makes those touches. You've seen him make that difficult touch a lot, and so that whiff it really hurts for Space Station. Typical pass, and Reynolds takes it high. He avoids nobody as Space Station, it was Arsenal taken out of the play. Reynolds forced back again, and the Peeps stop him for now. Lose a couple more of those challenges, they might be stopped. Gyro is flick. Not going to be for anyone on the Peeps, but the challenges remain in the orange half of the field. Gyro wins one of them. Tried to harass the net. A relaxed rotation right now by the Peeps Corelli, but they're good carries, good individual carries. Just nothing really set up for that second man yet.
Well, you can see the Peeps are willing to give up a little bit of that space between the top of the box and the midfield because they know the discipline from Space Station. They're not always going to just bang the ball down the field. Space Station are wanting to bring that ball down either into the air dribble or onto the ground. So the Peeps are willing to give up that space, and it's been paying off. They've been able to move into more of the gaps on the side of the field, which has allowed them to move down the field a lot quicker as well. The Peeps are doing a good job of managing their own space right now.
Everything before that one AJ carry, but Gyro back over to AJ. It doesn't matter because they kept possession, but AJ banged it off the crossbar. Insurance chance gone for the Peeps, but maybe another setup for AJ. You thought you'd like a better accurate shot from AJ on that play, having to avoid his defender.
He might have beat him.
Illusion sneaks it in from midfield. Well, Illusion is certainly feeling himself today.
I love the awareness from Illusion. You can see on his screen, from his POV, he saw Arsenal go to his left corner boost, and he figured, hey, I might as well take the chance on the shot here. Wouldn't be a wasted opportunity, and it pays off for him on that near post shot, or far post rather, and Arsenal couldn't get back in time.
In the corner, AJ, well, the Peeps immediately aggressive after winning that kickoff. Civical got bumped off the ball. And midfield belongs to the Peeps to start, but Typical giving Space Station a chance. No, quickly up was AJ. Still, long clear. And a hard touch from Gyro has to force Reddles to create some sort of space. Space Station trying to force that ball into the gaps with those air dribble carries. Trying to force that ball away from the Peeps, but somehow, some way, the Peeps always find their way back to the ball and right into Space Station's net.
Space Station had nobody back behind the half line when this shot was taken. You could see Typical racing back, but with 2 players going on that last ball in the air, nobody able to at least put it to the side of the field or to the corner. It comes straight back down. And unfortunately for Space Station, the Peeps jump all over it.
Space Station gotta find some sort of form again before this game ends. The momentum clearly is the Peeps. They are momentum. To be this dominant against Space Station is not something I don't think you could reasonably expect. Just like I didn't expect NRG to completely dominate Envy, yet here we are. Now, it's not like NRG. I'm not making that comparison over the course of a whole match, just in the microcosm of Game 3. But a good little start from Typical. No flip resets. You haven't had space. There's been a challenge here, a challenge there, and Illusion, Gyro, AJ, it's looking real good. You slept on the Peeps desk. I don't think you're sleeping anymore. They take the lead in the set 2-1.
I think everyone is wide awake right now watching this game in particular. And in this series, it feels like the Peeps really have started to find form here against Space Station. Yeah, it was a little bit shaky in the beginning. It was close, but a little bit shaky. And now, all of a sudden, you're really seeing what the Peeps can do here against this Space Station defense.
So what's going on with Space Station? This is usually what they do to teams. They just put you in this match-long chokehold that you can never get out of. They have always been the fastest team on the pitch over these last 12 matches that they've played in the grid and in the regionals. And it didn't really seem like anybody but a G2 or NRG could really step up to the plate and take this team on. But as the history and the future script dictates, the Peeps are going to, at the very least, make it interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, to answer the question, it just feels like Space Station are making positional mistakes right now where players are not back in time for a lot of these plays that the Peeps are forcing, and people losing challenges as well. And something that Space Station does so well is that they win a lot of their challenges and they force the defense to be in awkward positions a lot of times. But you're really seeing the opposite of that. The Peeps are doing this to Space Station right now, and Space Station are struggling to deal with it. So you have to play a little bit more conservatively to at least find your footing here in a game and get control of it. Because right now, the Peeps, they're happy to play this chaotic gameplay. They're better at it.
Space Station trying to find their way back to tie this match. It started out with a Space Station victory, but since then the Peeps have won 2. So, Space Station Gaming, what do they got? As we are underway, it's Typical. Now he had a chance at the ball after the bump from Reddles, and the shot will be good for Reddles. And Space Station, that's how you gotta start.
I had a feeling this one was going in when I saw Gyro go up the near post. It's tough to make a save when you come up that edge, and Illusion wasn't back in time. So unfortunate for Gyro. I don't think he expected that immediate shot to go back post on him there. At the very least, it could have been near post, and he maybe would have had a shot at it. But still, tough positioning there from Gyro.
Gyro coming off the ceiling to make that challenge. Oh, and that's not what you wanted, Gyro, but well, the pinch got you, and Space Station almost got you, but you came back. Gyro picks up that save, and Illusion still in damage control. Gyro fighting Arsenal for the ball. He'll win 1, but It'll be Sipical's touch next. AJ coming off the back wall to read it, but Sipical, oh, he finds it off the crossbar. Here comes Space Station.
Illusion didn't go quick enough here, and he's just sitting here staring at Sipical. He thought maybe AJ was going to get the touch as well, and unfortunately never made contact, and that ball just floats over Illusion's head. Great flip reset there, and Space Station back into a 2-goal lead.
If there was any like momentum or pressure that the Peeps were putting on Space Station, it's gone after those 2 goals. It doesn't take... Yeah.
If you're Space Station here, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but if you're Space Station here, you need a game like this where you come out hot, everything's working, get a couple quick goals, and you really just pound the opposition is really what you want, especially for the expectation of this team. A game like this where they can really start to blow out the Peeps is where I think Space Station really get back into this.
Well, the Peeps certainly aren't giving it up, and they're going to make Space Station work for the rest of it. AJ couldn't find the next touch. Gyro, first carry, and now he looks for, well, I thought he initially was looking for Sipical, but now Space Station, Arsenal grabbing the boost, but Illusion winning the ball. Now Reddles trying to pull off an excellent approach from Reddles on the save, but the Peeps, they're still coming. Gyro, carry, AJ shot, Peeps, go! They're back in it!
Fabulous shot here from AJ. Look at the pass from Gyro as well. Just that second touch, he beats the first and the second in Arsenal. Plays it over to AJ, and a lovely shot there to the left side. And the Peeps back into it.
Peeps looking for another. Gyro, he'll win that challenge, but Arsenal, he gets there quickly. Gyro demos the last man back for Space Station, forces everybody back, but AJ can't find the mark. Misses off the crossbar. Illusion keeping the ball away from Space Station. A tedious task as Gyro gets eliminated off his own back wall. It slows down, though, with AJ on control. Back to Illusion. Reddles. Now, that's the press that you expect to see from Space Station, where just when you think you have a route out, you have to stop because Arsenal's diving straight into you.
It's a bit of a fight for the midfield right now. Arsenal in very dangerous position, and good cut from Gyro, and a second block will force Reddles to just kind of pop it up and let the defense reset here. Looking to
I'm in the corner. Just trading back and forth. Like now, look, there's like 3 levels of mind games going here. Like, no, you go. No, you go. It's like, nope. I'm blocking that angle. And we're still in this corner. Longer clear this time. And yeah, Space Station are done with that. They're like, let's just back up and try again. Ooh, Gyro tried to sneak that touch by Arsenal. He did get the follow-up touch. But Space Station resetting from midfield again. That reset from Space Station actually did them wonders, because it was really, you just couldn't really tell what was going to happen out of that corner earlier. But since they pulled it back, they're going to go for this air dribble. Peeps, they had the read, but Gyro didn't get a solid challenge. So Space Station's starting to mix up what they're seeing from the Peeps, but a breakaway maybe. Gyro, he's got Illusion waiting on the challenge too far to the left, and whoops.
Wind out of the sails there from the Peeps. Good air dribble there from Arsenal, and you can see every single touch from Space Station is well orchestrated and has an idea behind it right now. And very tough for the Peeps to break out.
He was trying to win the ball again in the corner. They just can't win that follow-up touch. They get that first touch clean, but then Peeps are right there. I mean, the positioning has been pretty solid for both teams, like not letting any unnecessary passes through, maybe 1 or 2 chances. But other than that, and your occasional double commit by the Peeps, that happens. AJ will win this challenge. He's got Gyro and Illusion. Pick your poison. He picked Illusion, but the pass again cut off by Space Station. And they have the lead, Corelli. They keep cutting these passes off. Their defense keeps on like this. Can the Peeps really score? Illusion denied by Sipical. AJ, catch, wrapping around. Another catch, flicks it up here for Gyro. Can the Peeps develop? Maybe an opportunity. No, another chance knocked away, even if it was a chance at all.
Very dicey situation as Arsenal parks himself on the near post, just being a nuisance in front of everyone. This is the last chance for the Peeps.
Denied by Arsenal for now, but right there is AJ.
Illusion.
High ball, back to Illusion, to AJ! Too far to the wrong side of AJ. Space Station do climb right back into this. We're going at least 6 in this semifinal.
Ooh, and it's another close game. I mean, look, at the end of the day, even though Space Station comes out on top, I don't think the Peeps could be too upset with how they played here in this game. Evenly matched on both sides here. I think at this point, Jorby, I mean, like you said, we're at least 6, but I mean, we might be looking at 7 if this keeps up.
I certainly agree. I think that it's one of those games where, you know, both teams have an idea of what they want to do when they go down the pitch. It's like, we got to have a guy at least on the wing for first and second man, or second man takes a lead pass or something, or get a demo or have something. If they don't get a single component of what they're looking for, they end up pulling off the ball because I think you said it earlier, Corelli, the respect is definitely there. And the Peeps deserving of that respect because they've thrown away a lot of what Space Station have given them, but Space Station are just so strong at taking away options in their defensive third. It's going to be tough for the Peeps, man. I don't know. If Space Station looked as good on defense again, it's going to be tough.
It is, but the Peeps have been creative. Haven't seen the same creativity that we saw in the first couple of games. They've slowed down just a little bit here, but still, I really like the way the Peeps have been approaching the offense, and with AJ behind the ball, you know good things are going to happen.
And Space Station will be the ones behind the ball to begin this push. Arsenal's challenge forced a dead ball, gyro, low carry. And it might be an air dribble bump that ends up being what breaks through Space Station, or the Peeps for that matter. Space Station haven't scored that many more. A pop-up ball, a demo in front for Typical. They'll keep the ball over in the blue half for a second as Aleutian carries the ball out, but there's a ball again for Gyro. His shot denied by 2 players on Space Station. 2 committed, and quick rotation from Arsenal will take the ball out again. Quick shot from Typical, denied by Aleutian. It heated up quick. Reynolds back over to Typical. AJ the next man up. The Peeps not relenting on defense. Another clear.
Yeah, Peeps got to be a little careful not to commit too hard on these offensive tries. You saw there Aleutian just barely getting back in time on that far post to make the save. But again, I feel like for the Peeps, you just can't get a little too anxious to put one in the back of the net. You really got to pick and choose when to go. Otherwise, the Space Station are definitely going to punish you.
Passing lanes have been at a premium, but you don't need a pass for Aleutian. Wait a minute, the rebound. No, Aleutian, he gives a chance for AJ, but Gyro also committed. Space Station, it was an easy touch out. Had one player stayed down, it might have been a goal for the Peeps, but Arsenal takes the ball out. Double. Typical has to pull off the play. The Peeps get another hard clear against Space Station, and almost a counter-attacking goal. The ball still hanging in front. That Typical will grab Gyro. Last man finds AJ. Back to Gyro. AJ, shot and blocked by Reynolds. It's still in front of the box. The ball screening across Arsenal. He can't win his boost, but he does win that touch. And Space Station gets some space.
I'm going to give credit to the Space Station defense, but man, the shooting from the Peeps are just so close as well. That first shot that initially went off the near post, and now that ball pinching on the goal line all the way across. I mean, what more do the Peeps have to do? The Space Station defense just barely hanging in there.
Well, Lucian fighting by time for the Peeps. He did it, but Reynolds was already hunting in midfield. Picked up a couple pads to force that ball into the corner. You see Aleutian screening downfield to go look for something for AJ. AJ didn't need to find his man for the rebound, but the Peeps, regardless, come away empty. Space Station get the clear. The Peeps just can't score because of their own accuracy.
And that's definitely the one where you point to and say, okay, this is now an accuracy thing for the Peeps. The last couple were some tough shots, but that one had to at least been on target for the Peeps. They could have been up at least 2-3-0 at this point.
Typical. He also hasn't looked. I don't know if Typical's looked 100% to me. Maybe that's just because I'm used to seeing Typical pop off 100% of the time. But he's gone for a couple of these carries. He hasn't always had a lot of boost in the tank when he's gone for some of these. But like even still, you expect that ball to. You expect Typical to have that pop off potential. But the Peeps have swarmed around them. And with that little bit of space he has, that's been happening to them, Corelli. Just unable to actually get behind the ball to win solid challenges. That was a decent attempt, but the shot was not decent enough. Another clear blocked out by Arsenal. A minute remaining in regulation. This is turning into quite the semifinal. Typical coming down for the pass from Reddles. And Space Station back on offense, Corelli. Yeah, Reddles shot off the crossbar. Yeah, it's the fourth man coming out to play for both teams.
10 shots for the Peeps for the 5 of Space Station Gaming. Might get a 6 here as Typical carries it across the box. Space Station haven't had as dangerous attacks, but they've been spending a lot of time here on this Peeps side as the clear comes out. But it has been a bit frustrating for the Peeps, and I worry that frustration might get to them here. 30 seconds left. They're surely in this game. Can they put one away?
Arsenal's on the push. Typical following them close. The corner blocked out, but all 3 players on the Peeps in the corner. Reddles tried to take advantage with a demo. The whiff from AJ will give Typical another chance. Looking, but denied again by Arsenal. Well, by Illusion, actually. Here comes Space Station. That's a shot and a goal! Arsenal finds the mark! Space Station with 4 seconds remaining on top.
He's done messing around with the Peeps. This is a shot that's tough to save. And AJ goes for the in and out play there. Out of the net, I don't know why. I guess he just assumed the Arsenal shot was going to be tough to read. But either way, it gave space for that low shot on the goal line. And the Peeps might have given away the game here. They're going to keep it up. Can they keep it up for long? They get a fortunate bounce here, and Gyro's going to still push it towards the sideline. It will drop, and Space Station will put Peeps on match point.
One more for Space Station to go meet NRG in the grand final. But make no mistake about it, the Peeps have made them work for their food, Corelli. It has been a difficult, grindy, gritty, dirty series. There's no flash. If you love the dirty grinding challenges, bumps and demos, I mean, this is your match. If you like the flash and flip resets, double taps, I don't think either of these teams are going to let that happen.
They might not let it happen, but boy, they're going for it a lot.
They are, but they just block everything.
Yeah, the defense is extremely strong on both sides, to your point, Jorby, and it's been impressive to watch. The question is now, can the Peeps hold on? Look, they were that close in that last game. They had plenty of shots to find the back of the net. Can they actually convert here when their back's against the wall?
Game 6 means we're on Wasteland night. The Peeps hoping that their carcasses don't litter the field, but Typical wants to end the run here. First goal, Space Station.
Great lift here from Typical up and over Illusion as he just puts it over his left shoulder into the net. Only had 40 boosts going up for that play as well from Typical, so it was a tough aerial. And a 1-0 lead for Space Station right off the rip.
Well, Reddles already on the kickoff. Not a powerful enough shot. Space Station, oh, you can feel the boulder starting to roll down the mountain. The Space Station win this kickoff. Arsenal another high ball. Trying to force awkward touches, but just didn't get the bounce off the ceiling he wanted. Now, Typical. Nothing developing here. Peeps have had some good defense. They're going to need some more. Off the back wall, taken away by Illusion, and Gravity is his best friend as the ball found his way. And Reddles can't find the ball. Ooh. Bumped in front. Again, bumps, chip. What is going on in front of the net? It is a fiesta, and Space Station pop it right in. Arsenal, 2-goal lead.
I don't know what I just watched from the Peeps. I guess Illusion had thrown off Gyro and AJ, and they both missed the ball, and it comes out to Arsenal and says, what am I seeing? I'm just going to score. And Space Station Gaming now up 2-0 off the defensive blunder.
You don't see that every day. Oh, that would have been, I would have been willing to call that the nail in the coffin that happened. Gyro drilling his way downfield. It does just give a little bit of space to the Peeps, but they're gonna need a hard clear over to Gyro, which they'll find. Now, how do the Peeps set up in midfield here? They have not been able to grab this ball away from Space Station for this entire minute and a half, but Gyro has a clean look and just can't sink the ball The rest of Space Station knew it. I think AJ might have a chance here. You saw Gyro screaming forward for a bump. Had he gotten it, Illusion would have came right up for that rebound, but instead they're forced back towards midfield. Gyro has a couple of looks, but just nothing.
Defense still holding strong from Space Station here, as now they're very comfortable. 3 minutes left in this game. Up 2 goals. Match point against Peeps. All the pressure is on this Peeps team, and while they have plenty of time to work with it, Space Station know how to shut down a game and just control it and steer it towards the end. I think that's what they're aiming for right now, and they'll take their chances when they get them, but it is on the Peeps to generate that offense and kind of work double time here to get back into this game.
Looking for a win in the corner. Arsenal did it. Now he's by 2 Peeps cars. Gyro back in front of it, but couldn't stay behind it for long. Now the Peeps forced back onto their own back wall. A demo doesn't give them any space. This is not the guy you wanted to take out. Reynolds will take away Gyro as his prize, and it's a demolition derby as Space Station, every Peeps car they demo is more time for Space Station in the blue half. Finally, Peeps get the clear, but where is the pressure, Corelli? Where is the offense? Non-existent. Reynolds, nothing for him. Illusion will take it away.
It's just too much for the Peeps right now. They don't have a lot going for them, but Gyro might put it through. What was that pinch from Gyro to get one back?
Now, Gyro's gone for a lot of these carries. Gets a little flip first to get the momentum going. And hold that arrow button, Corelli, because we're going for a ride. The bouncer into the net. Beautifully done, Gyro.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having to work with what you see, Gyro does it perfectly there to at least put something on net, and it was enough to break the defense. Typical, though, trying to immediately answer back. This could be life, though, for the Peeps if they can get another one here.
High up for Illusion. Illusion, he's got a one-on-one. Tries to fake him. He got it past, but Arsenal was close lurking. AJ, back to Illusion. The dunk is off target. Now Gyro back up against the wall. Where do the Peeps go? Well, they're all back on their own half. Plenty of time. You don't want to overcommit with this much time left in the game and a chance to tie it up. Going forward is Gyro. Bumping Typical, actually eliminating him, but Reynolds hops off the back wall for the save. Everybody diving forward, body checks left and right. Heavyweight bout, haymakers thrown on the pitch. There is so much debris on this field right now. Illusion flips over another, but Typical takes it away. A brutal series for both squads. Gyro back over to Illusion, who's fake.
Oh, it's there!
Gyro scores! The big tie the game!
What a pinch from Illusion. That was so smart to first let that ball go through. Fake out Typical, and the pinch right past Arsenal, and Gyro knew all the way through what was going to happen. That's how you tie up a game from the Peeps.
Just when you think Space Station got the lock, the Peeps come back to make you second guess yourself. Well, who am I kidding? There's a lot of fans out there who never second guess this team. Up high, Typical taking the ball back away from Gyro. Now a tight rotation for Space Station. Arsenal flipping back against Illusion, trying to find the fight. And Reynolds found the shot, but denied by Illusion. Reynolds back to Typical. The goal is not there. Off the crossbar. Arsenal waits, and he's rewarded with a touch. But Illusion can't fight the ball out. Now AJ has to find the clear, but Space Station are absolutely oppressing the blue half of the field. AJ, poor clear. Illusion having to die in front, but Reynolds is right there waiting again. Arsenal in mid-air, can't find the shot. Typical looking for Reynolds. He's got him, no! Denied by Illusion. Time is out. Do Space Station go one more time? No, they back it up, baby. Here we go.
What an entertaining way to end this series, or at least this game. The Peeps not out of it yet. As soon as you thought that this series was over and Space Station were in cruise control, all of a sudden, the Peeps come roaring back and force an overtime.
But Reynolds has the ball. Oh, Gyro has had himself one heck of a series.
Oh,
AJ 1, AJ 2, wait, Illusion, no, he doesn't get it, but the ball hangs in front, Reynolds dives. Can he get back to the ball? Gyro made it difficult, and now AJ's got it. Space Station forced up high, forced laterally across the defense. Typical finally gets one clear, but Gyro sweeps right back in to take the ball out. Space Station got a clear. Corelli trying to get Beset back on offense. Whew.
Man, oh man, what can you say, Jorby? Right now, it really is who is going to break first. While the Peeps are feeling a lot of the pressure from Space Station, they're not breaking at the moment. There's a lot of shots on both sides as well. It's a dangerous play formulating here if Space Station get a hold of it.
Oh, Arsenal had a gap on the net. It was tough. He was coming from the opposite side. Couldn't find a goal. Space Station. We saw Typical. He's trying to find that read against Arsenal. He will eventually come away with the ball. Now Typical dive bombing towards Gyro, but Gyro picks up the ball.
He's there!
The for the Peeps! They force game 7! We're going the distance!
It couldn't be more entertaining for the Peeps. They finally take down Space Station in this game where they played a lot of defense. They felt a lot of pressure. They had to come back. They scored 3 straight, the last one in overtime. And a game 7 in the first regional, the first or second semifinal rather, for a spot in the finals.
Wow. Well, Corelli, the Peeps are here to play, and I am here for it all day long. Specifically Gyro, man. Gyro made so many crucial midfield touches. He had those continuing touches to put pressure onto Space Station downfield. This team is clicking as a unit. We've seen maybe 1 or 2 double commits out of this Peeps team in the last 10 minutes of gameplay, and they are just flowing like one hive mind, and Space Station are giving them every bit of the same. It truly feels like a heavyweight bout, Corelli. This game 7 is crazy.
And I truly believe that I don't think either team is playing particularly poorly. I mean, there's very few things that I could point out to say, oh, wow, that wasn't very good. Of course, when they give up a goal, we can break it down and say, yeah, they missed the ball. But at the end of the day, both of these teams are playing up to their potential right now, and it is just a joy to watch.
Now, do you believe the old phrase, don't sleep on the Peeps, somehow holds true to today? All members of the original Peeps roster made it to the semifinals today, by the way. That's a neat little nugget for you back at home. And now Space Station on offense. Corelli, well, they'd like some more pressure here, but they're having to really take in this rotation on defense from the Peeps about where they can find a gap. Comes off of some of these challenges, but that second man has always been a nuisance in both halves.
And I'm curious to see how this game opens up for both teams after a thrilling game 6. Is it a more conservative, slower approach that we often see, or is it just right back to what we were watching?
About a minute goes by, and it is silent for now. I mean, it is tense. Lots of crazy games on Champions Field in competitive Rocket League history. Space Station trying to get set up in midfield. They do get a look on the pass, forcing 2 up early from the Peeps, but the clear was good enough that it doesn't matter, and maybe the whiff doesn't help either for Space Station, but they get right back behind it.
Dangerous pickup here for the Peeps if they can get back to it. Gyro tried to get back down, and Typical clears it away. That space being given up by Space Station is so scary. You know what people like Gyro can do. I mean, we've watched him throughout this series take this ball and air dribble it directly at the defense over and over again.
It's a nice catch from Arsenal on the backboard. And the Peeps weren't trying to be overly aggressive, although that long lateral ball was the gap in their rotation. But again, that first touch from Space Station just wasn't enough to keep possession. So trading back and forth, maybe something develops now for Space Station here. Reddles, no. AJ bumps into him. Reddles will give him a taste of his own medicine. Reddles is hard looking for this clear against Gyro. And he'll pick this up. Winning another challenge, he will. Space Station's starting to force some lateral gameplay out of the Peeps, but they can't secure their corner boosts. Gonna be tough to break through with the tank, with the boost tank full, Corelli.
Peeps are struggling a little bit to break out from their end, and when they do, not a lot of boost here for Illusion to work with, but does have options to AJ, and immediately is eliminated by Arsenal. Quickly down the field, here comes Space Station. You can see both teams trading blows so quickly, so efficient to break out from their own end.
And now the holes start to open for passes. It's typical. Demoed by Illusion. AJ waiting to see how it developed, but Arsenal gets by both Gyro and AJ. Oh, that's not the best touch. Oh, he got back to it. Never mind, AJ. Sorry, I doubted you. They'll take this ball away from a clear, and now Illusion will take it by. This is a decent approach by the Peeps. They are winning inch by inch of the field here. Challenge after challenge, and Gyro wins a handful of them there.
They do appear to be winning a lot more of these challenges right now, as Illusion has a huge miss there, but it does feel like they're benefiting off them the most. You can see Gyro has a bit of space to work with here, and that's really what those challenges buy you, is that space through the midfield kind of entry onto attack, and it gives you options on the pass as well. So for Space Station, there are some gaps forming here, and the Peeps are slowly exposing them as they break out.
In case you blanked, 4 minutes of Rocket League have been played. I've been at the edge of my seat. Shot! Ooh, almost forced 2 onto the ball from Space Station. Reddles gonna receive from Sypical. Actually, he's gonna let it drop for Sypical, who then gets bumped out of the way. Another dead play for Space Station. Reddles, next carry for him. He'll get a win, but again, Arsenal, he's gonna play off and try to win the touch against Illusion. But Space Station can't press. Peeps haven't given them the look. They haven't given them the mistake. And Space Station haven't been able to clear a lane. Reddles might have just done that, but Illusion picks up the save. Now Sypical takes one next, and Gyro, another hard touch. Illusion gets by, another, that was Arsenal. Sypical will take the pass from Reddles for Space Station. Reddles blows his way past another. Open net, Reddles! Demolition Derby towards the net, 13 seconds away from a grand final!
And it was the 1v1 and the sharp cut to the left side, and it gives an open net for Reddles. That could be the Space Station ticket.
The Peeps now need a miracle. There has been nothing this whole Game 7. They go for the fake kickoff. How does it work out for them? Illusion playing it slow. Off the ceiling, the shot denied by Reddles, and it's a long, powerful clear. Reddles wins another touch. Sypical kills it, and that will do it. Reddles stepping up big time in the final 30 seconds to send Space Station onward to play NRG.
Wow, what a series for the Peeps here and for Space Station. My, oh my, that one is going to go down as one of the better series here for a regional final spot. And this is just the first regional, so we got more. But my goodness, what a game, what a series from the Peeps. Hats off to them. I don't think a lot of teams, a lot of us gave them credit for how far they've made it. That was a tough series against arguably the best team in North America, and they really took it to them and kept it close.
Yeah, maybe fans at home or Space Station fans, and we know the desk was sleeping on the Peeps, but Space Station, the players, never slept on the Peeps. They respected them from kickoff number 1 at the start of the set, Corelli, and I want to see more of this team, more of this Peeps squad. It didn't start out very favorable for them. They just posted a lot of poor results early on, but now I think that they finally found the flow that they were looking for. But Space Station, even when they aren't their flashy, overwhelming offensive selves, they still make it impossible to get by them. This is 13 straight matches that they have won. They're such a hard team to get by. If any team is going to take them down, it's probably going to be NRG. Speaking of, we got that match coming up right after this, the grand finals of the first North American Regional, coming at you after the break.